Justin LLC, the original Bad Queen of the Round Table. So excited, as usual, to be with you guys this morning for various reasons. Hmm. Yeah, for various reasons. One, life, health, and strength, right? We woke up this morning, right? That's who we are. We're ready. We're raring to go. Life, health, and strength. Let's say it together. Life, health, strength. Life, health, strength. Yes, we are together. Hey, viewer, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a wonderfully blessed day. I have really been, I don't want to say challenged today, but this morning when I scheduled the live, I knew I wanted to talk about, basically following up with the week. It has been a goal of mine to really kind of get Friday on a day that is just like Money Monday or Wednesday Wisdom. And in doing such, I have to say, what can I say? What conversations can we have, that really would have either people talking, replying, liking, sharing, all of that. And it really at the end of the week, I want to follow up on whatever we talked about the earlier part of the week. But then this morning it was like, a week ago you were sick and you weren't able to have conversations. Hey viewers, thank you so much for joining. I had gotten food poisoning. Those of you that know, those of you that have watched the videos from the past week, those of you who watch me on other social media platforms, I had gotten food poisoning last week. And about this time I walked into the office and I was like, I'm going to do this, help them out for at least until I get the phone bill messages. I can't talk to people, I can't look at people, I can't blah, 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 blah. But I can help them the best way I can. Y'all, I was only in there for 45 minutes because I just couldn't, too much noise, too much talking, too much everything. I was like, no, I can't do it. Can't do it at all. No. So today in Follow Up Friday, I wanted to, really kind of share with you guys more of my insight on being unwell, not talking about how I was sick, but being unwell. And what does that look like after a week of goals that you had literally set for yourself that you couldn't accomplish? Because let me tell you, today is the day I am exactly 100% back to myself. I feel like, dang, I'm 100% in where I need to be for me and why and where and how. Okay. And so, one of the things that was really important to me in looking at, all of the things that happened in the past week, let's just say in the past 7 days. Yeah, I probably was unwell. I was. And I wasn't 100% myself, but what did I do? So when I came here on Monday, I think I was here on Saturday with you all. But when I came on Monday and I talked about Money Monday, I talked about money and goals and finances when you're ill, setting goals, planning, doing the right things, right? Showing up where you need to show up. And I said, I gave some great tips. Go back and watch the video. I will not repeat those tips now, but I also realized that there's some things you have to set in motion business wise, regardless of whatever. I was able to sit down, hear God say to me, this is what the problem is. This is what you need to redirect. And so for the past few days, that's what I've been doing. And I've been making note of all the things that I set in motion a little over a month ago, and I'll talk about more on my in my business group. I'm sorry, in my money group on Facebook. Nonetheless, I thought about the things that I had set in motion financially, the things that I set in motion professionally, the things that I had set in motion, and how I failed to keep up. And it takes me back to being consistent. It takes me back to being to sharing my knowledge and my experience. It takes me back to you have to put yourself in a place of stop acting like you know that when something happens to you and you really don't. So, the reality, ladies and gentlemen, is when you do what is necessary to do for you, you have to make sure that doors are still open to you. And what that means is, let me just, people don't pay attention to you and that kind of stuff. So, what that means is that you have to be wise, extremely wise in what you want to do and why you want to do it, how you do it, and where you want to go. And when I look at everything that I set in motion back in January, back in February, back in, March, and how I was trying to put bad in a place of being on the map, but also in a place of, I know that this is going to happen for me. I know that this is going to be good for me. I know I need to level up. I didn't take into consideration what if emergencies happen. And so my follow up today is basically, what if emergencies happen? Are you really ready for emergencies? Are you ready to say to yourself, okay, I'm in this place to do what I need to do. I'm in this place. I understand. You have to plan. I'm planning for something in the next couple of weeks, and I'm looking at, okay, how am I really going to do what I want to do? Can I plan? No. No. I can't just plan without contingencies. So when we talk about being consistent as business owners, consistent and showing up on social media, consistent in talking about a thing and building onto a thing more and more and more, we also have to plan for contingency. The other C next to consistent is contingency. If you don't understand what that means, I think you need to take a small bit of a break and then just a small bit of a break and regroup, refocus, and reconnect. And the reason why you need to do that, consistency and contingency. Your business is really it thrives on consistency because people see you more often, people see you all the time, people see you, they hear you, they watch you, they connect with you, when you're consistent. But when you plan for emergencies, even your contingencies should have contingencies. When you plan for emergencies, being sick, getting sick helped me realize I hadn't planned for an emergency like this. I was out. I was asleep all day on Friday. And no one planned for emergencies. And so the reality is, no matter what happens, you have to step out of the box. You have to see everything as it is, and you have to accept the good with the bad. 9 times out of 10, you accept the good with the bad. You realize that, you know what, you are where you need to be, but you have to take things a step further. Let me show you guys. I brought this with me today. It's blank, but I brought this with me today because I'm going to take note of a few things that I want my kids to do, and the things that I need to do before I take on another project or another two projects over the next 2 weeks. I know that my clients depend on me to be consistent, to have contingencies to the contingencies, and that they know that at the end of the day, I'm going to put my whole heart and all my all into whatever they've asked me to do, that they paid me to do, all of that. I think that in order to, and a few weeks ago we talked about setting a goal for our money at the beginning of the week, right? I think in order to take that goal, that money goal, in the beginning, wow, sorry, wow. I think in order to take that money goal and on Monday and then follow through to the end on Friday, you have to be consistent in everything that God has given you to have, everything that God has given you to do, to establish all of that, you understand? So when you set that $1,000 money goal on Monday, by Friday you have had to have done Monday through Friday exactly what you needed to do in order to know that that goal was accomplished. What were you consistent at? And if you didn't accomplish the goal, weren't you consistent at? What was your contingency plan just in case this fell through? What was your contingency to the contingency just in case that fell through? You have to look at, even though things happen, what did you learn from it? I lost my house to for taxes, and it wasn't that I wasn't paying taxes. I took the house over from someone else who didn't pay taxes, and so I was paying the taxes, but not fast enough for uh, the city. But so in a matter of July through January of 2019, 19 and 20, they took the house. In August, they took the house. In April of 2020, they gave me an opportunity to get it back. So in August, I signed the papers on the dotted line, got the house back, right? And it was basically a matter of, talking and saying and, conversing and being consistent with, the people who the higher ups, and saying, hey, I know that this is a process, but how can we work this process out? I said that to say I was consistent in knowing that there's a way to get my house without you guys making it look as if I did some kind of tax evasion involving getting my house. And in doing so, I realized too that there were some things that I learned along the way. What this government can do whatever they want to do. They can curve this, they can buffer that, they can ask this, they can bless that, they can do whatever they want to do. You just have to be in a place to say, listen, I know that this can work. How can we make this work together for us all? No matter how tough, no matter how hard it is, blah, 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 right? And I said that, I shared that with you to say, I created a teaching, not something I'm going to sit down and teach how to do, but just like an ebook or whatnot, and some video on how to go through this process the way I did, how to beat the process, how to not always be a part of, the negative, how you can make this, it may not be also positive, but it might be right there in the middle, how you can make this work. And so for me, when I go through an experience, I am always consistent in creating creating teachings, creating books, creating webinars or whatever on my experience and how I can help somebody else. The reason why I do that is because I know that there's somebody else out there besides me, but also for the fact that as a businesswoman, as a business and lifestyle counselor, as a person who knows that there are emergencies that arise, how do you get past the emergencies? What do you do? I'm consistent in that. And so I'm sharing all of that with you guys today on Follow Up Friday. That's what we're going to call this, Follow Up Friday, because by faith I stood, by faith I stand, and by faith I share with you my experience, how I came out, what happened, how I came out, and how it'll help you. God bless. You guys, thank you all so much for viewing. If you found something in this that resonates with you, please share this with someone else. If you listen, subscribe to me here on Haps and drop some coins if you also found something that resonates with you. I will see you on Monday with Money Monday. Have a great day.